Super excited to give you guys my review on Cécred hair products. Now, one thing I haven't been seeing, I've been seeing a lot of good reviews, but I have not been seeing anybody review this on Locs. Now, as a licensed cosmetologist, I'm well aware that hair is hair, but I also am well aware as a loctician that most of the products out here are not made with people for people with locks in mind. And that's just that on that. And so when these new hairlines come out and these products, I'm usually not one to go for them. And thankfully, my client brought it in and said, hey, let's try it. And I said, I'm absolutely down for it because I love Beyonce and like, why not? You know what I mean? I've been hearing really good things about it. So I started out with the clarifying shampoo. First of all, the spout automatically had my yes, okay? Because that lets you know, this is for the scalp. It has an applicator that is made to directly put onto the scalp. So that's number one. Clarifying shampoo is so important when it comes to locks because it's very easy for products to get trapped in our hair. And so we need to make sure we use good shampoos that can clarify the hair so we can start fresh every time we retwist. And I feel like off the rip, they hit the mark and hit the nail on the head by having an applicator that specifically goes on the scalp. The other thing I loved about this particular product was that it lathered up so beautifully. I don't think I have used a lot of clarifying shampoos, and I have never had one that lathered up so wonderfully because it really covered her head. So she has fine hair, and fine hair does not need heavy product. And so the fact that I was able to just add a tiny bit of water and got this beautiful lather, and I could feel the beads in the scalp actually using, that part of the shampoo to actually cleanse the scalp thoroughly, give it a good scrub and really lift up any debris or anything that is on the scalp, leftover product, what have you. I mean, A1. This clarifying shampoo is absolutely amazing. So 10 out of 10 for me. Another thing that was an A++ was that it was easy to rinse out. I did not feel it drag in the lock. It left the hair, but it left it feeling squeaky clean. Literally, I kept touching her hair because I could feel how clean her hair was from one shampoo. Now, I don't use heavy products in her hair anyway, but just the simple fact that her hair felt so unbelievably good and the product smelled so delicious, like it wasn't overly perfumed. A1, 10 out of 10, definitely recommend. My only complaint would be the size. If you guys are going to market this to hairstylists and show hairstylists using it, please give us salon sizes. Even if you give us the product in the bags, like how the new products are coming in bags now with the spout attached to it, I would be ecstatic to have that because this stuff is amazing. The second product here is the Hydrating shampoo. And the first thing I noticed about it, as soon as I opened it, I had to smell it, okay, was the perfume smell. So that kind of, guys, excuse my voice, I'm getting over a cold, but that kind of turned me off a little bit because it was a bit too perfumey, very rose, oud base. Immediately I could smell that. However, I also could tell right away that it was nice and thick, which is really important for a moisturizing shampoo, but it let me know that I didn't need to use a lot in her hair because my client has fine hair. So just a little goes a long way, and then some water to probably thin it out a little bit. So I'm applying it here and I'm, just really feeling it in my fingertips, making sure that I get it at least over most of her head, and then I'll allow the water in my fingers to travel the product. It was kind of hard to move around. You could see when I put the water on it, kind of barely moved. It's very, very thick. So a lot of water will be needed to break this down. You do not need a lot of this product. I'm actually using the product that I put on the top of her head to spread, and her locks are pretty long. But the only complaint I would have about this particular product is the rose oud, is the rose, overwhelming rose smell. That's a perfume. So anytime you have perfume in a shampoo, what tends to happen is that's an alcohol base. Perfume is always alcohol based. It's not an oil base. So that actually takes away from the hydrating factor. Not saying that this is not hydrating, because it absolutely is. But what I do know about perfumes is that might be the one thing that wasn't necessary. They could have added that smell with a oil-based fragrance, a natural fragrance. It wasn't. The rose is not necessary. It smells nice, but it's not necessary. But that would be my only complaint. So other than that, it did take quite a bit of work to work up a lather, which is surprising that the lather wasn't as luxurious as the clarifying shampoo, because clarifying shampoos usually don't give you much lather. So that kind of surprised me. But once I worked it and added more water and worked the product a little bit more, it lathered up beautifully. As you can see here, it was perfectly fine. And I did feel her hair soften, because after I used the clarifying, her hair was squeaky. And I never want to leave somebody's hair squeaky, because that can lead to slight brittleness in the hair. But I do follow with the leave-in conditioner spray, water-based anyway. So, but I noticed, but the moisturizing shampoo absolutely restored moisture and hydration to the hair. You could feel the viscosity coat the hair, but it doesn't have any silicones or any parabens, so it's not a false feeling, if that makes any sense. Like sometimes there's silicones in shampoos and other products to make your hair feel like it's, smooth, but that's the silicone that's coating the hair. That's not a true smoothness. So this, to not have that in there, and it still felt very, very smooth. Her hair felt very good and soft and pliable afterwards. Definitely does what it's supposed to do. I could do without the rose smell, but Cécred, you guys are on to something. Now, if you want to do a lock line, or if you guys want to add me to the team, I'm here for you guys. I can add some input to make this thing go. Okay, call me, Beyonce, call me. But no, this product line, from these two products, which I know they have more, on point. That clarifying shampoo, probably the best I've ever experienced in my years of doing this. So yeah, I give this definitely a 9 out of 10 overall. Great stuff.